That Officer Gretkin.
Yeah,
Every time I
that's
drive
right.
by, he's standing out front of it.
Here.
Here,
Moore,
here,
Scott,
here.
Waters.
Here. Could we stand for a moment of silent prayer followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, please? If you're able. Amen. Amen. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Jennifer McCabe. We have a proclamation today for you, and it reads, whereas brain injury is among the nation's most significant public health concerns, is the leading cause of death and disability in young Americans, and yet it is largely preventable. Brain injury is a serious public health epidemic affecting at least 5.3 million Americans living with long-term disability. And whereas an estimated 2.4 million children and adults in the U.S. sustain a traumatic brain injury, and another 795,000 individuals sustain an acquired brain injury from non-traumatic causes each year, and currently more than 3.1 million children and adults in the U.S. live with a lifelong disability as a result of a traumatic brain injury. And whereas since September 11, 2001, soldiers have reported symptoms related to a concussion and brain injury, including slow thinking, memory loss, sleep disturbance, attention and concentration deficit, and brain injury is the leading cause of disability among soldiers returning to their communities. And whereas a concussion is a serious brain injury that can occur without loss of consciousness and can occur in any sport, and recognition and proper management of concussions when they first occur can help prevent further injury or even death. And as many as 3.8 million sports and recreational related concussions occur in the United States each year. Now therefore, I, Robert E. Scott, Mayor of the City of Sioux City, on behalf of the City Council, do hereby proclaim March 2017 as National Brain Injury Awareness in Sioux City, and encourage all our citizens to help enhance public awareness of traumatic brain injury and salute the mission of the Brain Injury Association of Iowa. I'd like to present this to you. Say a few words if you would.
Thank you. Yes, thank you very much. Opportunities Unlimited has proudly been providing services to individuals within our community for approximately 25 years. This started by a group of local families who were looking for a residential and rehabilitation program for their young children. And we're so grateful that they were able to root this right in our Siouxland community. 25 years later, we're serving approximately 200 individuals each year through our residential, rehab, and our home and community-based and employment services programs. We are very dedicated to serving others through various Medicaid-funded programs, through private insurance, and also through our Veterans Administration. We're proud of the work that we do. We try to make sure that our staff. Opportunities Unlimited is an ACBIS site, which means that we have 20% of our workforce who has completed a program which is called Certified Brain Injury Specialist. The next nearest site that you would have to travel to find such a strong workforce would be in Michigan. So we're very fortunate to be able to have support that you continue to give our organization so that we can continue to grow and serve more. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I remember.
Mayor,
go ahead.
Jennifer thanked us for the support we give them, but Opportunities Unlimited, truly, you have given this community a lot of support over the years. You're a quality organization, excellent facility. Your residents are number one with you, but you also have a lot of outreach programs like the helmet safety programs that you do, which really we do appreciate. So thank you for what you do for Sioux City.
Glad to be able to do it.
And I would just echo Councilman Moore's sentiments too. I appreciate the work you're doing. In fact, not only for the clients and the people that you provide services for, but also I just had a student in my office today who works for you as a first-year student and was just singing the praises and said that this is changing her life. She came to want to talk to me about changing a major, so hopefully someday she could work for you more full-time or an entity like that. So thank you not only for the services you're providing your clients, but also giving students an opportunity to work with those populations as well. Thank you.
And if I can I just want to comment on that real quickly. Our organization loves the Siouxland community so much, and we really do believe in giving back. And even though our person served may have brain injuries or other special needs, there's still plenty of opportunity to give back, and that's what being part of a community truly is. So we do have person served that daily are supporting local churches, the Disabled American Veterans, their thrift store, numerous other organizations. We've done things with Sioux City Parks and Rec as well. But part of that whole relationship in building our community are those important relationships from an employment perspective. And if we can get students coming in when they're in college and it's a part-time job, our hope is that they see how meaningful this work is, and that, in fact, they'll not maybe only want to stay with OU, but continue to give back and become teachers and healthcare workers in our community. So we see this life cycle just continuing, and we feel like we're a real strong part of that. And quite honestly, we want to continue to do more because we love the community. But thank you for recognizing that.
Yeah, I just want to say, I remember sitting in the living room of Stoneberg's, Bill and his wife, and Norm Clay and his wife, and Bob Hogeveen, and, you know, that passion is still here today that they had some 25 years ago when they put that whole thing together. So thank you for all that you do. That will move on to the consent agenda, which is today's items 2 through 12. You can consider this to be, these items to pass unanimously unless a separate roll call vote is called for by a council member. And I will move that consent agenda.
Second.
3 is a reading of the city council minutes of February 21st and 27th, 2017.
I would just like to abstain from the joint meeting with Downtown Partners, please.
I would too, I wasn't there. 3 is a resolution authorizing the police department to submit a grant application for the Tri-State Drug Task Force for July 1st, 2017 through July 30th, 2018. 4 is a
I have a question on that. I know this is a grant, and I know that we have a 25% match. Does the county also have a match on that, being that we're splitting?
I'm sorry, I was moving
Does
up
the
there.
county also have a 25% match on this?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I wanted.
How much is the grant for, Marty?
This time, we applied for 75%. It was an 8% reduction from last year. So the exact numbers I don't have because we haven't completed the grant, but it's a 8% reduction from last year's.
What was last year?
I don't have that right off the top of my head.
Okay.
And I think I clarified this earlier, but then these officers also are part of the drug task force. Is that correct? They're specified to that? Because I know the grant is tied to kind of that money.
Yes.
Violent
There, 2 of
offenses.
them are our officers in the task force and one from the sheriff's department that's in the task force. And then the other person is an assistant Woodbury County attorney.
Perfect. I just want to clarify.
Four is a resolution closing 4th Street from Iowa Street from 3rd to 4th, 3rd Street from Iowa to Floyd Boulevard underpass, 5 p.m. and ending at 7:30 for the St. Patrick's Day Parade and staging area. 5 is a resolution adopting plans and specs for the construction of the Cone Park Lodge project. 6 is a resolution approving the Peaster temporary and permanent partial disability payments as a settlement of a work comp claim. 7 are resolutions adopting assessments for the 2016 right-of-way tree program. I have one question on that. How is it we assess on some and
Kelly Bach, Parks Maintenance Field Services, Parks and Recreation. Your question, Bob?
well, we're assessing against some of these property owners, a couple of them. How do we pick them that they should be assessed against when we actually are supposed to cut the trees in the right-of-way? Maybe in our time, but
As in the RCA, we send out a notice to trim to the property owner. We give them a certain amount of time. We come back and re-inspect. At that point, then, if they have not performed or made other arrangements with us, then we trim the tree. We try the invoice process through finance. And if the invoices are not paid, by the time the assessments are due, then it goes to assessment.
yet we'll take a tree down that's dead.
That's still part of our courtesy that we're still doing as remaining a part of the trees.
Okay. 8's a resolution proposing a sublease of space on the Public Safety Communications Tower at 4647 Stone Avenue to Motorola Solutions. 9 is the civil penalties and suspensions. A is a resolution setting a hearing for a $300 civil penalty, come and go, numbers 228, 1925 South Lakeport for violation of the Iowa cigarette laws. B is a resolution hearing for a $300 civil penalty, Hy-Vee Food Store number 2, 4500 Sergeant Road, in violation of the Iowa cigarette laws and rescinding resolution 2017-009. C is a resolution setting a hearing for a $300 civil penalty against Walmart, 1361 3400 Singing Hills Boulevard for a violation of the Iowa cigarette laws and rescinding motion number 2017-100. Again, I will point out 3 large corporations. 10 are actions relating to agreements and contracts. A is a resolution approving amendment number 1 to the development agreement with MGD Holdings for the residential development of Morningside Avenue and Orleans Avenue. B is a resolution approving a warranty deed from MGD Holdings for the residential development of Morningside Avenue and Orleans Avenue. C is a resolution approving amendment number 1 for the funding agreement with Siouxland Habitat for Humanity for construction of a home at 1735 Harkin Place.
I had a question about that one. Is Amy here or representing? Yeah. I was just wondering if you could tell me a little bit about the program, just how often that happens, what the private donation structure is like, what that looks like. If you.
Yep, I sure can. Amy Kearns, Neighborhood Services Project Coordinator. What we receive home funds from the city of Sioux City. We're an entitlement community, so we get them every year. We have to set aside 50% of those funds for a CHODO, or a community housing development organization. Currently, Habitat for Humanity is the only certified CHODO in Sioux City. So each year we provide 15% of our CHODO funds, and sometimes even more of just our regular home funds to Habitat. And they usually either build or rehab a house. And then we pay generally for most of the costs. In this case, we're paying for most costs. The next project we do, we're paying for probably 60% of the costs, and they're paying for the other 60%.
And do we specify if it's going to go to a house or rehab a house, or just the company, or do we kind of?
Yep, we specify. It's a reimbursement basis. We reimburse exactly what they've already spent. So, for instance, on 1735 Harkin Place, as they've been working along, they've been submitting invoices monthly, showing us what they've spent, and then we verify, double check, and then we reimburse them back for the costs. Their original estimated costs were approximately, I think it was $104,000 to start with on this one.
Correct.
And they went a tiny bit over, so we just adjusted. We won't be giving them more than what our original agreement was. We're just reorganizing how the agreement was done.
So annually we go through and work with this.
Yep, every year. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Yep. You're welcome.
This
Thank you.
particular house had to be not their normal build either. They had to blend it into that older neighborhood, and it looks very nice out there. 11 is an application for beer and liquor license. See the list yet. Come forward if you have any questions. 12 reports and commissions and committee members. Committee minutes. See the list and come forward if you have any questions. Anyone to be heard on any of those items? Call the roll, please.
Gretchen?
Aye.
Moore?
Aye.
Scott?
Aye.
Waters?
Aye.
Capron?
Aye.
13 is a hearing notice adopting site plan for the portion of the Indian Hills Drive right-of-way adjacent to 3605 Lafayette Street. P&Z recommends approval. First consideration, February 27, 2017. I'll move second reading.
Second.
Aye.
Capron?
Aye.
Gretchen?
Aye.
Anybody opposed third reading?
No.
I'll waive the rules. Move to waive the rules.
Second.
Scott?
Aye.
Waters?
Aye.
Capron?
Aye.
Gretchen?
Aye.
Moore?
Aye.
I'll move third reading.
Second.
Waters?
Aye.
Capron?
Aye.
Gretchen?
Aye.
Moore?
Aye.
Scott?
Aye. 14 is a hearing and resolution authorizing an additional action on a loan and disbursement agreement for sewer revenue capital notes not to exceed $12,710,000. I'll move it.
Second.
Waters?
Aye.
Capron?
Aye.
Gretchen?
Aye.
Moore?
Aye.
Scott?
Aye. 15 is a hearing and resolution authorizing additional action on a loan disbursement agreement for sewer revenue capital note loans not to exceed $34 million. I'll move it.
Second.
Capron?
Aye.
Gretchen?
Aye.
Moore?
Aye.
Scott?
Aye.
Waters?
Aye.
16 is a hearing and resolution authorizing additional action on a loan and disbursement agreement for water revenue capital loan notes not to exceed $8 million. I'll move it. Second.
Greckin,
Aye.
Moore,
Aye.
Scott,
Aye.
Waters.
Aye.
Capron.
Aye.
17 is a hearing and resolution authorizing additional action on loan and disbursement agreement for water revenue capital loan notes not to exceed 6.1 million. I'll move it.
Second.
Moore,
Aye.
Scott,
Aye.
Waters.
Aye.
Capron.
Aye.
Greckin.
Aye. 18, amending chapter 12.30 stormwater program in the municipal code to increase fees for stormwater drainage. First consideration passed February 27, 2017. I'll move second reading.
Aye.
Second.
Second.
You
Oh,
mean
second. Where am I at?
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Scott,
Aye.
Waters.
Aye.
Capron.
sure.
Greckin.
Aye.
Moore.
I have a conflict of interest, need to abstain.
Anyone opposed to waiving statutory rule?
No.
I'll move it.
Second. Oops, sorry.
Scott,
Aye.
Waters.
Aye.
Capron.
Aye.
Greckin.
Aye.
Moore.
Abstain.
19, ordinance amending chapter 10.98 schedules of municipal code to adopt, oh, I gotta do third reading. I'll move that, sorry.
We'll forgive you.
I know.
Second.
Waters.
Aye.
Capron.
Aye.
Greckin.
Aye.
Moore.
Abstain.
Scott.
Aye. 19, an ordinance amending chapter 10.98 schedules of municipal code to adopt new traffic schedules relating to traffic control devices placed on city streets. First consideration passed February 27, 2017. I'll move second reading.
Second.
Capron.
Aye.
Greckin.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Waters.
Aye.
Anybody opposed to waiving statutory rule?
No.
No.
I'll move it.
Second.
Greckin.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Waters.
Aye.
Capron.
Aye.
I'll move third reading.
Second.
Moore.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Waters.
Aye.
Capron.
Aye.
Greckin.
Aye.
20 is ordinance amending chapter 12.12 waterworks of municipal code to add additional meter sizes that are assessed a capital facility charge. I'll move it.
Second.
Scott.
Aye.
Waters.
Aye.
Capron.
Aye.
Greckin.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Seems how this only affects one plan. Anybody opposed to waiving the statutory rules?
No.
I'll move it.
Second.
Scott.
Aye.
Waters.
Aye.
Capron.
Aye.
Greckin.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
I'll move second and third.
Second.
Waters.
Aye.
Capron.
Aye.
Greckin.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye. 21 is a resolution approving a release and settlement agreement with Sioux City Engineering Company deferred from February 27, 2017. I'll move it.
Second.
Capron.
Aye.
Greckin.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Waters.
Aye.
22 is a resolution authorizing final payment to Sioux City Engineering Company for the West Clifton Improvement Project deferred from February 27, 2017. I'll move it.
Second.
Greckin.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Waters.
Aye.
Capron.
Aye.
23 is a hearing and resolution accepting the proposal of HCI Real Estate for the purchase and development and minimum assessment agreements, First Street adjacent to 100 Virginia and 101 Virginia, deferred from December 19th, 2016, January 9th and 23rd, 2017. Staff may request deferral till March 20th, 2017. Are we good to go, or are we going for a deferral? Because I'm about ready to move to take it off here till you get all this together. Why do we keep doing this?
Renee Billings, Economic Development Specialist. As I mentioned on January 23rd, Ho-Chunk is in the process of completing the horizontal regimes, which are required as an exhibit to the development agreement. As of today, I talked to their attorney. They have completed those. They're getting signatures today, and they plan to file those tomorrow. So by the 20th, we should have all the signatures completed and ready to go. And they have been notified that if we do not have them by the 20th, it will be deleted, and we'll have to start the process over.
I'll move the deferral.
Second.
Go to March 20th.
Yes.
March 20. Greckin.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Waters.
Aye.
Capron.
Aye.
24 is a resolution authorizing approving a development agreement, minimum assessment agreement with HCI Real Estate 103 Virginia, deferred from December 19th, 2016, January 9th and 23rd of 17. I move we defer till the 20th of March.
Second.
Moore,
Aye.
Scott,
Aye.
Waters,
Aye.
Capron,
Aye.
Greckin.
Aye.
25 is a resolution adopting the annual budget for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2018, and fiscal year 2018 to 2022 capital improvement budget. I'll move it.
Second.
Scott,
Aye.
Waters,
Abstain.
Capron,
Aye.
Greckin,
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Citizen concerns. Any citizens to be heard today? Council concerns?
Quickly, I dropped off annual report for Sioux Cares, attended their meeting last Thursday, and I just wanted to mention this summer will be the 30th anniversary, 30 years of caring. That's a big deal. MPO meeting last Thursday, Dakin Schultz talked about some of the closings on the interstate. The exit 147B, which leads into Nebraska Street, will be closed, I believe he said March 21st, so that's something for people to be aware of. And I want to share some information with you about, there's a nice article about the Senior Advisory Committee. And I had a friend call me and offered up some suggestions that I'll share with you, and maybe something for the committee to start working on when they.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I'll make it quick. We have NAIA this week. Just want to remind everybody of that. It's the 20th year, I believe, and it's always a great event, and it always brings in a lot of people to the city, so I hope everybody can.
Those Bulldogs are rated number 2.
Really? You got them?
Didn't I see they were number one?
They're number 1 seed. Are they number 1 in the nation?
I thought they bumped up. I might be wrong.
Oh,
Maybe it was
could
the
be.
seed I was looking at.
Well, I mean, I'm just expecting big things out.
Well, they got to be number one because you got
I
them.
don't like to brag. It's not my style.
Cast to upset. Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
I watched you play them, but hope springs eternal for everyone. Yeah, that's good to see you're optimistic.
Yeah, very much so. As far as concerns for me, just a couple quick things. I had some concerns on Cunningham Drive. I believe it was Cunningham Drive. There was a pretty big hole in the sidewalk. I don't know if it got passed along to anyone, but a hole in the sidewalk just that I wanted marked. I picked up a citizen that was pretty worried about that.
Brittany Anderson's, and she's aware of it. They're gonna send somebody out and check it out and
Great.
see how.
Okay.
They think it's due to a utility cut.
Okay. And then along that same drive, I don't know if it's the same person, could maybe talk to him. I know the railroad is doing some stuff and closing the road occasionally right there. Their big road close sign on the going towards Bob Rose, towards transit, blocks the entire entrance for the sidewalk. So like if I wanted to get on the sidewalk or a bike did or something, you can't get on the curb cutout. If you could just find a way for them to move that some.
Yep, we'll have somebody check into that. It's where the railroad's doing their work.
Yeah.
Yep, okay.
Well,
Why don't they do their work and get it done?
That'd be the better question.
Yeah, I mean, they close whenever they feel like it, and they don't notify us.
They just gave us kind of an open notification that they were gonna need to close it from time to time.
All they're doing is grinding on that bridge. It's ridiculous that they,
And it's when they're not working that it's blocking the sidewalk.
That's blocking the
'Cause they're just
sidewalk.
up there,
Yeah, we can talk to them about making sure that they put it somewhere else.
well, good luck.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, not a problem.
It's a joke. Have you been out there, Bob?
Along the same line of what Pete said too, I had some people reach out to me about the advisory committee, and we're really excited, so I passed along some information to you. But I'll work with Parks and Rec as well with that, so.
Thanks. Okay.
What do you have, Mr. Moore?
One thing, I just want to congratulate our new council member, Alex Waters, on the fine article that was in the Sioux City Journal
Thank you.
today. It was
Ian
very
did-
well
Ian
written.
did a great job.
So, welcome again. Enjoy the honeymoon while it
Yeah.
lasts.
Wait, there was a honeymoon phase? I didn't-
Oh, well, yeah, the mayor will tell you all about it. You just hold on.
If you're Matt in the Parks and Rec, it lasts longer than anybody else.
Parks and Rec's still on there, yeah. That's all I have.
Mr. Padmore,
Nope.
would you explain what's happening with the Perry Creek money as it stands today?
Yes, in talking with Finance Director Donna Forker, as you recall, originally it was programmed for flood control north of our city limits. Ultimately, because of issues we had on Mulberry, we've reallocated it down to that project. It's the creek bed that goes along Mulberry and into under Ravine Parkway. At this point, it's still identified for that. We don't think it'll all be used, and we will move what's not used then back to Perry Creek for Perry Creek flood control. I think as late as today, we've received notification that it has been approved for the Ravine Park area, the public spaces only.
I move we adjourn.
Second?
Waters?
Aye.
Capron?
Aye.
Greckin?
Aye.
Moore?
Aye.
Scott?
I know, you missed it by.
I know.